People join me.
I'm just going to start a watch party.
Come and join me in the Zoom room, man.
A few minutes. Want to start a watch party for us, my love? Just so everyone knows that you're excited yet again. You are the winner. And then you can ask other people to start a watch party as well if you can.
Yeah. I mean, I do start them myself, but for some reason, not many people seem to be interested in what I'm watching.
They'll never be interested if you don't keep on doing it. It's all about consistency online.
Okay.
Join Ashton for some flex. Well, join Ashton for some flex. She loves it. Everything on all fours.
I do. It's true. You probably get an influx then. Oh dear.
I'm starting a watch party. So that looks okay. Yeah, that's all looks fine. Right, you've got 2 minutes 56 seconds.
Okie coke. Yep. All right, risers. So before the class starts, got a few things to promote. We've got a summer solstice party at Chris and Jen's Pimp Farm in Crooks Community Farm. It's on June the 20th on a Saturday, and there's going to be vegan fodder there. There's going to be a yurt, a trampoline, and just fun and frolics all around, really. Just general fun and frolics. There's even a tree house, so we'll get to hang out in there as well. There's that. And what else did I have to promote, Chris? I can't remember now.
Oh, we're getting some new mats.
Oh yeah, we're getting new mats. Really snazzy new mats. Okay, they're going to be shiny. They're going to be nice and sort of like a really good weight. Just feels like quality, and also so that it doesn't sort of flap away. Really functional. Yeah, and it's got alignment marks on as well, so you can, keep your alignment straight and whatnot. They are actually really useful.
Other things we're up to, we're designing some new classes, and we're designing an online teacher training.
New classes and online teacher training. How cool is that? So, a teaching course. Wow, I didn't know that. So, and new classes as well. We've already got quite so many, haven't we? So.
Well, we might retire some of the old ones.
Okay, cool. Fair enough.
Keep it interesting.
Exactly. Keep it fresh.
Yeah.
So.
We'll get bored otherwise. You've got to keep doing. That's what's nice. We keep changing the sequences. Right. Start on Instagram.
Oh. Cool.
Right. I will not distract you anymore.
Oh no, I've taken another photo. Oh. Man. Here we go. Right, we're live. Okay.
There's 2 people in the meeting room, I'll just let them in.
Yay.
Hi, Krista and Flora. You've got to turn your cameras on so Ashton can see you and have someone to
Oh, hello. Yeah.
There we are.
Hey. Oh, yay. Thanks for joining me. Oh, it just makes me feel all warm and fuzzy when I see people's faces.
Come to our party, 20th of June 2020 party.
Oh, we started. Okay. Hey, risers. How are you doing? We nearly did it again, Chris. So welcome to Flex tonight. Really good to see you all here. Hello to you guys who've just joined me in the Zoom room as well. Really good to see you. Just talking about our summer solstice party on June the 20th. After all this is over, we're going to have a big celebration. So come along to Crooks Community Farm. It's a really cool gig there. We've got We're going to have a barbecue, we're going to have fun and frolics, and it's just going to be happiness and joy all around. So yeah, keep that date in your diary. So today's flex is going to be flex number 4. So it's quite a throwback, pretty old school. Okay, so it's structured slightly differently. Got a whole load of plank. Woo! Just to warn you. But no, yeah, that's pretty cool. Got a nice headstand at the end as well. So whenever you're ready, get into your wide-legged child's pose to begin with. If at any point you want to take a rest, if you want to come back into that child's pose, that's cool, or make any modifications that you want. So knees are mat width apart and toes touching at the back. Arms are reaching forwards and allow forehead to come to the floor. Bring the focus to the breath now. Okay, so feeling that breath just travel through your airways, feeling the whole body rise on your inhalation, and then that slow, gentle exhalation on the way out. Inhale, rise. Maybe creeping the fingers forwards just to lengthen out the back and the upper back muscles there. Five more deep breaths. Just really allowing the glutes to sink towards the heels. And just 3 more breaths. Using your breath as an anchor into the present moment. For 2. And just 1 more breath, deepest one now. Inhale. And exhale. Alright, from here, lift your forehead up from the floor. And let's warm up. So bring hands towards you and then shift shoulders over hands. Nip knees in, separate the feet and take your tabletop position to begin with. Starting with some scooping cat-cows now. So inhaling, flexing the back, keeping the arms relatively straight, rolling shoulders away from ears, lifting chin from chest. As we exhale, we roll back, bringing chin to chest, rounding the back and tucking the glutes underneath the hips. Feeling that lovely opening of the shoulder blades. 4 more of these now. Inhale, scoop and flex, lengthening neck, rolling shoulders down. And exhale back into that cow. 3 more now. For 3. For 2, you can let yourself really exaggerate each movement if you want, if it feels good to do so, just to really loosen off the back muscles there and get the spine moving. 2 more now for 2. All right, last one. You can even allow your arms to bend a little bit to let yourself scoop a little bit deeper. And last breath. Right, come back into the center. From here, tuck your toes underneath in your tabletop and then lift the knees up from the floor. Okay, so we're just going to hold here for 5 deep breaths, keeping the knees low, keeping the hips low, and trying to keep the shoulder blades open there. Strong core, guys. 4 deep breaths for 4. Feeling the quads firing up here. For 3, keeping the breath calm. Everything is lovely and still. For 2. Okay, 1 more breath, enjoying that heat in the quads. And then from here, we're going to keep our knees off the floor and then come into a panther crawl. So opposite knee and opposite hand move at the same time for that crawl. So we're moving up and down the mat. That's it. Trying to keep the knees nice and low. Trying to keep the hips low. 3 more deep breaths for 3. Yeah, really good, guys. Great movement. For 2. And one more breath. Come back into the center of the mat when you're done. And then drop knees onto the floor, coming back into tail roll top. Inhale here, keeping toes tucked. Exhale, lift hips up into the air, taking that first downward dog. Oh, try to enjoy that lower back stretch. Bring the hips up into the air. Gently drive the heels downwards. And then also try to turn the heels outwards. Okay, so this really opens up the glutes there. Gently push the floor away with the hands. Keep the shoulders engaged. Hug the triceps towards one another. And then start to pedal out the feet. So bend one knee after the other. That's it. Driving each heel into the floor, alternating. And then maybe twist your hips from side to side if it feels good to do so. For 3 deep breaths. For 3. For 2. And last breath. Now stopping in your stationary down dog now. Feet at hip width apart. Inhale here, squeeze the abs. As we exhale, shift your weight forwards, bringing shoulders over hands, taking that lovely strong plank. So again, feet stay at hip width. We screw the heels of the hands into the floor, and then we open up the shoulder blades, really rounding that upper back here. Take one inhalation here. As I exhale, I'm going to shift my weight forwards and then come into a halfway chaturanga, all right? So not all the way down, keeping elbows to ribs, slowly lower. Coming onto knees if you need to. Hold for one breath. Inhale here. As I exhale, I slowly lower all the way down, come into full chaturanga, and then inhale, scoop all the way back up into that upward dog. Now give your glutes a good squeeze together, guys, and then exhale, lift the glutes into the air. All right, one more vinyasa flow with a halfway chaturanga again. Inhale here in down dog. Exhale, shift weight forwards. Inhale here. Exhale, halfway chaturanga. Inhale here. Exhale, full chaturanga, or knees, chest and chin. Inhale, scoop to your up dog. Squeeze glutes together. Exhale, flow back into your down dog. All right, now let's get started. So inhale, lift up the right leg, 3-legged dog. So your right leg is in the air. Try to take note of the hips. Are they opening up to the side? If so, pin them down, square them off. With your base heel, you've got the option of either pinning the heel to the floor or lifting the heel and coming onto the ball of the foot. It's completely up to you. Try to even out the weight between both hands so we're not tipping to one side. And keep that top glute engaged. Okay, 2 more breaths here. Stay strong with me, guys. Coming onto knees if you need to. And one last breath, looking really good. And then exhale, plant both feet onto the floor. Reset in your down dog. Find your strong down dog. And then when you're ready, go for that lift off the left leg. Inhale, left leg lifts. Engage the leg, pin hips down. Come onto ball of foot if that's the option you want to take. Even out weight between both hands again. For 3. Woo, beautiful, guys. For 2, can we lift that leg just a little bit higher there? And then one last breath. And then exhale, plant both feet back down onto the floor. Make your adjustments. Maybe pedal out the feet once again. Inhale here, let's go for that vinyasa transition. Exhale, shift forwards. Normal chaturanga now. Inhale here in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Keeping it slow. Inhale, scoop to up dog, maybe throwing the head back a little bit, and then exhale, flow back into your down dog. One inhalation here in down dog, exhale, shift into your high plank. Okay, so now we're going to open up into our side plank. You've got the option of coming onto your elbow if you want to, all right? Or you can even come onto a knee if you want. So from here, grounding into your right hand, we're going to open up over to the left. Your feet can be stacked or staggered. More challenging if they're stacked. Okay, and then the left arm reaches up. Try to keep the hips up by squeezing the glutes and sending them towards the ceiling. Look at your top hand to keep the chest nice and open here. That's it. We have 2 more deep breaths. Try to ensure that your right shoulder is directly above your right wrist. So we've got that alignment, okay? Good. 1 more breath. Hang on in there. Doing really well, guys. And then from here, we're going to take some hip dips. As I inhale, I'm going to lower my hips to the floor. As I exhale, I bring my hips all the way back up, really using the obliques. Come onto your elbow if you need. Shall we go? Inhale for 3. Exhale up. For 2. Woo! Stay strong, guys. And for 1, rest if you need it. It's quite wrist heavy. From here, inhale, lift up the left leg, and then as I exhale, I'm going to flip over into my wild thing. So the left foot plants onto the floor beside the mat, and I lift the chest and lengthen that left arm, reaching to the front of the mat. If this gets a little bit too much, come onto that right knee for kneeling wild thing. All right, take whichever option you need. 2 more deep breaths for 2. And then 1 last breath, guys. And exhale. Both hands come back onto the floor. Lift your left leg into the air. Okay, take a 3-legged dog. So bring that left leg back into the air and then open up into your scorpion. So bend that top leg and open up the hips here. Try to even out the weight between both arms, but really squeeze your left glute to open up those hips. Stack them right on top of one another. For 3, getting that lovely twist in the torso there. For 2, grounding base heel towards the floor. 1 more breath, trying not to tip to one side too much. And then slowly release both feet back onto the floor. Pedal out, have a little rest if you need to. Massage out that right wrist before we do everything on the other side. Well done, guys. All right, inhale here in down dog. And then exhale, shift forwards into our plank. From here, open up to side plank over to the right, taking forearm plank if you need to, feet stacked or staggered once again. Looking at the top hand, keeping hips up, 3 deep breaths for 3, shoulder directly over wrist. For 2, deep breaths, guys. 1 last breath before we go for our hip dips. All right, you ready for those dips? Inhale, lower hips. Exhale, pulse all the way back up for 3. For 2, nice and slowly, keeping yourself steady. And for 1. All right, you ready for your transition to wild thing? Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, plant foot onto floor. Lift and rotate. Bring the chest to the ceiling. Lengthen out the front of the body. Keep reaching to the front of the mat. For 3, keep gently rotating the chest to the ceiling as well. For 2, you can do this, guys. And 1 more breath. All right, from here, flip back into your down dog. Lift the right leg off the floor. Come back into your 3-legged dog first, and then open up the hips into that scorpion once again. Now bring focus to the arms. Try to pin both shoulders down so that you can even out the weight between both arms there for 3. Keep squeezing that top glute. For 2, deep breaths. And then 1 last breath. All right, from here, untwist. Pop both feet back onto the floor, taking your stationary down dog again. Pedal out the feet, shake out the hips. Give yourself a little bit of relief. And then if you need to, even come onto the knees and shake out the wrists. Okay, we've got more planking to go. So I'm just letting you know to warn you. So have a little rest if you need to. Okay, if you don't want to have a rest, then take a vinyasa transition with me. Inhale here in plank. Inhale here and then exhale to your plank. Bit of autopilot there. Inhale here in plank and then exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, scoop to your up dog again. Squeeze glutes. And then exhale, flow to down dog once again. From here, shift your weight forwards to plank and then take a forearm plank. Okay, so onto your forearms, hips at shoulder height, and then open up to your left. So now we're going to do some elbow to knee crunches. Your feet can be stacked or staggered again. The left arm reaches up. Inhale here. As I exhale, I bring elbow to knee. Hold for a second. And then inhale, open up. That's it. So 4 more of these. Exhale for 4. For 3. For 2. Exhale as you crunch. And last breath, keeping it slow and steady. And release. All right, from here, roll back into your central plank, and then we're going to open up into a four-armed fallen triangle. So from here, the left leg threads underneath the right arm reaches up, and then from here, we're going to take some leg lifts. So as I inhale, I lift that left leg. As I exhale, I slowly lower. If you don't want to do that, you can just keep that foot on the floor, the left foot there. So for 3, for 2, and for 1. All right, from here, unthread your left leg for underneath your right leg, and then come onto your forearms once again, taking that forearm plank. Now hands replace the elbows, and then we lift up into our downward dog once again. Inhale, lift up the left leg, and then as I exhale, I'm going to go for some knee drives. So shift the weight forwards, bring knee to nose, bring those hips right down to shoulder height, pressing into the mat with the hands, and inhale, lift all the way back up again, getting that full range of movement. 2 more to go. Exhale, crunch, knee to nose. Inhale all the way back up, nice and slowly. 1 more to go. Exhale, crunch. And inhale all the way back up. All right, plant both feet back onto the floor now. Little vinyasa before we do everything on the other side. Inhale here. And exhale to plank. Inhale in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, scoop to up dog. And exhale, flow to down dog. Inhale here, and then exhale, shift forwards into plank, and then into forearm plank. From here, open up to the right this time, and then we're going to take some elbow to knee crunches. Right arm reaches up. Inhale, exhale, elbow to knee. For 5, for 4, keep your glutes engaged, guys. Keep those hips lifted. 3, nice and slowly, not rushing the movement. For 2, using your obliques for that squeeze. And for 1, inhale, release, rolling back onto your front, and then threading right leg underneath the left, going for those fallen triangle leg lifts if possible. No worries if not. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly low for 3. For 2, really squeezing that right inner thigh. And for 1. All right, from here, unthread, come back into your forearm plank, hands replace elbows, push back to your downward dog, and then inhale, lift up the right leg. You ready for those knee drives? Let's go. Exhale, knee to nose, hips down. Inhale up. For 2. So try not to swing that leg back up. Keep everything under control. Nice and slowly. 1 more to go now. Exhale, crunch. And 1. All right, exhale, plant both feet back onto the floor. Okay, drop your knees for a little bit, guys. We're just going to take a little massage out of the wrists and a bit, just crisscross the arms here, because we do actually have some press-ups and more planking to do. I told you it was pretty plank heavy, didn't I? So, all right, so hands onto the floor, taking plank whenever you're ready. So the next thing we're going to do are some narrow to wide presses. Okay, we're going to do 2 on each side. So starting with the hands underneath the shoulders in plank, I'm going to take a chaturanga press. Inhale, exhale. When I come back to the top, I'm going to move my left hand out to the side more, coming for a more sort of wide chest press, using more of the chest muscles. Inhale, exhale. Getting as low as I can without dipping my head and bending my neck. All right, so two on the left there. So starting with that chaturanga press first. Hands underneath shoulders, let's go. Inhale, exhale. Left hand out to the side, and again, inhale, keeping elbows tucked in still, exhale. Back into the center. Okay, 1 more of each, narrow to wide. Inhale, exhale. Back out to the side, keeping hips stable. Come onto your knees if you need to, guys. Inhale, exhale. Woo! Coming back into plank. You ready for the other side? Yeah, let's go. So narrow press first. Inhale, exhale. Right hand out. Ready? Inhale, exhale. Only going as deep as is possible. All right, 1 more on this side. Let's go. Inhale, exhale. Keeping core tight. 1 more wide. Let's go. Inhale, exhale. Oh, right. Come back into the center, and then let's go for that slow plank lower to the floor. We get to lie down after this. To my count, weight forwards and go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you can flop now. Well done, guys. So we get to do a lovely crocodile now for a treat. So elbows in front of you at mat width apart. And then pop your hands on top of one another and allow the forehead to rest on the hands. And relax. Okay, so 3 deep breaths here. Just letting yourself have a little bit of time to reset the muscles here. All the muscles around the wrists, the shoulders, and the arms. Okay, letting them recover from so much planking. Okay, 1 more breath now. And then exhale. Now lift the forehead up from the floor and then sweep your arms behind you. I'm going to take a little back bend now. So level 1, roll shoulders back and just lift the hands off the floor and reach backwards. Lift the chest off the floor, squeezing the upper back to get that lift and pinning hips down. Level 2, if possible, interlock hands behind back, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then we're just going to go for some little pulsing back raises, all right? Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Really squeezing that low back there, keeping the arms engaged. You ready? 5 of these. Inhale, exhale, 5, 4, look ahead, guys. Lengthen the neck. 3, for 2, last one, let's hold at the top. And for 1, hold. And then exhale, slowly release. All right, well done. Okay, so from here, just bring your hands back underneath the shoulders for a moment. We're going to take a prone hero, stretching out into our quads. All right, so bend your knees, and then, like, you can either keep them here, or, if possible, take hold of your feet. If this is not possible at all, then just keep squeezing your heels towards your glutes, all right? But if possible, take that bind of the feet. Pop your hands onto the insides of the feet, all right? And then just sort of turn your calves outwards like this onto the outsides of the thighs, all right? Pin your hips down onto the floor. Relax your legs here. And then as you relax, gently pull your feet downwards, okay? Bringing the feet as close to the glutes as possible. So we're stretching the quads here. And just keep relaxing, letting go of tension. Allow yourself to stretch the quads. Keep the knees nipped in together slightly as well. 2 more breaths for 2. All right, 1 more breath. Letting yourself get deeper into the pose. Okay, from here, Now you can pop your hands onto the outsides of the feet. Again, no worries if you can't take that bind, just keep reaching backwards and squeezing the heels towards the glutes. From here, bring heels together, and then we're going to go for an upward facing bow. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the knees, and then lift. Okay, look upwards slightly. Sit. Keep sending the shoulders back, keep squeezing the shoulder blades together. Yeah, looks great, guys. Deep breaths for 3. Keep lifting those knees. Keep squeezing the knees together. For 2. Okay, one more breath. And release. Woo, nice one, well done. Let yourself just have a moment here, guys. One breath. And then whenever you're ready, bring your hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes underneath you. And then as you inhale, lift to your plank. We're going to take a vinyasa transition. Okay. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, scoop to up dog. Exhale, flow to down dog. Inhale here, bend the knees, look in between hands, and then as we exhale, you can have a step or pop in between the hands to your forward fold. Inhale here, grounding into feet, slowly rising, arms sweeping up. Hands meeting at the top, making yourself nice and tall, and then exhaling, bringing hands to chest. Okay, so now we're moving into our balancing sequence. So we're going to take eagle chair to begin with. We're going to ground into the right foot first. So with the right elbow, pop it on top of the left. And then we're going to wrap our forearms around one another. If you don't manage this twist, then just have the backs of the palms facing one another. That's cool as well. Okay, so this really opens up the traps and the shoulders for us. Ground into your right foot and then stack your left knee on top of your right. Again, just as with the hands, wrap the calves around one another if possible. If not, just cross the legs. From here, bend the base legs, sink downwards, keep the weight into the heels, and then lift the elbows towards nose level. Yeah, really feel the backs of the shoulders open up there. 3 deep breaths, squeezing thighs together for 3, sinking deeper for 2, and one more breath here, focusing on a spot. Now keep your arms as they are, unravel your legs, and then send your left leg backwards to take an eagle warrior 3. Okay. Keep your left leg engaged, pin your hips down, point your toe if you want to, the back one, and try to reach forwards with the arms for 3, for 2, deep breaths now, one more breath, and then from here you're going to gently release that back foot to the floor, ball the foot on the floor, coming up into your runner's lunge. Have your feet at hip width apart, sink down into the hips, okay? Keep that front leg at 90 degrees. Try to straighten out that back leg as much as possible, and then lift elbows to face once again, and sink down into the hips, and gently bend your back at the same time. Keep the core nice and tight, guys. We don't want to be sinking into that lower back there, okay? Protect your back. For 3, keep pushing that front knee outwards, keep lifting the elbows. For 2, only go as deep as is possible, guys. One more breath, feeling the energy in that front glute. All right, from here, uncross your arms, plant your back foot down, but keep the heels in line with one another. Okay, front toes are still pointing forwards, and then interlock your hands behind your back. We're going to take a humble warrior now. So make sure that your front leg is still at 90 degrees. Roll the shoulders back, squeeze shoulder blades together. Inhale here, and then as we exhale, bow forwards, bringing shoulder onto inside of knee. Let's see if we can try and even out the weight between both legs so we're not putting too much pressure in that front knee. Keep lifting the chest and keep rolling the shoulders away from the ears for 3. For 2. Allow the head to just relax. 1 more breath. And release hands, guys. Frame front foot with hands. Step back to that downward dog. Oh, let your feet pedal out. Have a little bit of recovery here for 3. For 2. You can stay still if you want to. You don't have to stay active. And for 1. All right, coming back into stationary down dog. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, step or float forwards. From here, slowly rise. We're going to do everything on the other side. Sweep up the arms, rooting to rise. Arms come up, hands meet. Exhale, bring hands to chest. Okay, you ready for eagle chair? On the other side now, guys. So grounding into the left foot. And then popping the left elbow on top of the right. Okay, and then the right knee on top of the left. Palms facing one another if possible. Lift elbows towards face. Bend that base leg. Sink down into the heel. That's it. For 3. Keep squeezing the knees together. Keep the core nice and tight. For 2. Doing really well, guys. 1 more breath. Keeping hands relaxed. All right, from here, unravel and then hinge forwards into your warrior 3. Pointing that back toe if you want. Pinning the hips down. Lengthening the arms. For 3. Chest parallel to floor if possible. For 2. We have 1 more breath. And then gentle planting of right foot to the floor, taking runner's lunge. Slow rise, sinking down into hips, straightening out that back leg. And then when you're ready, go for that back bend and lift of the elbows. Keeping core beautifully tight here. For 3. For 2, keep lifting those elbows, guys. Squeezing knees together. 1 more breath. Ooh, and then come out of your back bend and cross the arms. Flatten back heel to floor. Line up your heels with one another. Make sure your front leg is at 90 degrees. Interlock hands behind back. Roll shoulders back. Squeeze shoulder blades. Inhale here. And then exhale. Bow forwards. Shoulder to inside of knee. Using your core to keep yourself lifted. Not sinking too much into front leg. For 3. For 2. And last breath. All right, release hands and then frame front foot with hands. From here, step back into your downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet once again. 3 deep breaths, or stay still in your down dog. Let yourself enjoy that down dog if you want. For 2. And 1 last breath. Okay, from here, return to your standard down dog. And then from here, we can either step or jump our feet onto either side of the hands. All right, so I'll leave that up to you. Step or jump. 6, coming into this wide squat stance. From here, slowly rise with the upper body, keeping in your squat position. Push the front knees outwards. So it's a wide chair, yeah? That's it. Try to tuck your tailbone underneath the hips here and lift the chest. Keep sinking down into the hips. All right, 5 deep breaths for 5. Woo! Firing up the legs here and posterior chain. For 4, you can do this. Keep squeezing the glutes. 3, 2, keep the glutes low. Doing well, guys. 1 more breath. And then slowly rise out of it. Well done. Hands to heart. And then from here, keeping the feet as they are, we're going to slowly sink down into a yogi squat. Okay, so push the knees out, weight into the heels. If this is really uncomfortable for you, then you can come into a half squat, or if you want, you can use a brick or an encyclopedia to sit on just for a little bit of support. All right, so coming into our yogi squat, weight into the heels, elbows onto the insides of the knees, gently prying the knees apart here and lifting the chest, sinking back into the heels and trying to relax the hips here, okay, letting them open up. For 3, keep lifting the chest. For 2, deep breaths now. And 1 more breath. Okay, from here, pop your hands onto the floor. And then we're going to go for a crow. Now, if you're quite familiar with the crow, then just go for it, yeah? If not, then follow me. So from here, we ground into the hands, keeping the hands flat on the floor, fingertips pointing forwards. We then lift the glutes into the air and then pop the knees onto the triceps here, just slightly on the outside. We look ahead, shift our weight forwards, and once we feel balanced and in control, we lift one foot first, bringing heel to glute, and then the other, squeezing the feet together. Try and touch the feet together here, making yourself as small as possible. 3 deep breaths. For 3. For 2, that's it. Give it a go, guys. Keep trying. And for 1. Now, from here, you can either just step out or see if you can jump back into a plank there. Right, just a little bit of a, yeah, that's it. Looks good, guys. Well done. All right, from here, let's take a little vinyasa, recovery vinyasa. Inhale here. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. And inhalation here. And then as we exhale, release knees or pop into a seated position. Onto your glutes. Whew. Right. Winding down a little bit now, guys, before our wild card. We're going to come into a cobbler's pose. So soles of feet together, bringing the heels as close to the bum as is comfortable. And then cup your hands around your feet. So let's start by just butterflying the knees gently here. For 3, really trying to relax the hips. For 2, and for 1. So from here, lift the chest, extend the spine, and then leading with the chest, start to hinge forwards. Okay, bringing elbows onto the insides of the knees, hinge forwards, feel the back extend, and the inner thighs open. Once you feel like you cannot hinge anymore, then allow the chin to fall to chest, and a soft rounding of the shoulders and upper back. For 3, breathe yourself deeper into the pose. For 2. One more breath now. And then slowly unhinge. That's it. Now from here, we're going to open up into a wide-legged boat. And then move on to our wild card. So with your peace fingers, hook them around your big toes. Or you can just take hold of your ankles or feet, or if that's what you prefer to do. From here, lift the feet off the floor, come onto your tailbone. That's it. If this is where you want to stay, that's cool. If you want to take a little bit further, then open up the legs here. Nice and wide, nice and high. Using the core to bring those legs up. Yeah, keeping a soft bend if you need for 3. That's it. Keep lifting the chest, guys. Yeah. For 2. Oh, we've got a really wide-legged boat there. Looking good, Jenny. And last breath. And release. Okay, well done, guys. Give yourself a little twist out. And then we'll move on to our wild card. So we've been doing a lot of eagle poses today. So I thought we'd work on a headstand, the one where your elbows are on the floor. And then we'll take eagle legs in that headstand as well, if possible. Okay. So do this against a wall, guys, if you're not familiar with it. If it makes you feel a bit more secure, all right, you can always take that option. If you're doing it against the wall, make sure that your knuckles are right against the wall. So I'm going to do it without the wall. So from here, I'm going to measure out my forearms. Okay, so hand to elbow, making sure I've got that distance, that shoulder width distance between my elbows here. And then I'm going to clasp my hands together. I'm going to cushion my head in my hands, bring the crown of the head to the floor. And then from here, I'm going to lift my hips into the air. If this is enough for you, guys, if you're already feeling the pressure on your head and it's enough for you, then stay here. If you want to take it a bit further, walk your feet towards your head. You want to try and get the glutes above the neck. All right. Once you feel stable here, then start to lift one leg and then the other. Squeeze the knees together, keeping legs bent to begin with, then start to straighten out. All right, so find your standard headstand first. Once you feel comfortable here, keeping the core squeezed, we're going to start to take eagle legs. So wrap the calves around one another, if possible. Squeeze the knees together, and then bend the knees slightly. You have to really keep that core completely tight, guys, and try to lift the hips. Okay, so that is your eagle legs handstand, and then try to come out of it with as much control as possible. So you can stop at any point of that movement there. There's quite a few different options you can take. Yeah, that's it. Let's have a look at some of these. Oh, yeah, very nice. That's it, Jenny. You've got really good alignment of the glutes there. Looking good, Krista. Not sure where Flora's gone. Oh, I just saw a leg waving in the corner there. Yeah, really nice, Krista. Woo! Great job, guys. Really good. Okay. Well, thanks for trying this, even those of you who have limited space. I know it feels a little bit dangerous sometimes. Okay. So well done, and keep practicing. All right, so whenever you're ready, let's take our Shavasana. So slow roll back. Roll the shoulders back. Let the palms open up. Let the feet fall out to the side. Five deep breaths now. For 4. For 3. For 2. Really relaxing all the muscles around the neck and shoulders. Letting the jaw loosen up. Allowing the lips to part. 2 more breaths here now. If you're at home and you want to take a longer Shavasana, be my guest. You do not have to wake up at the same time as me. 1 more breath. And then up on next breath. Gently open the eyes, wiggle fingers and toes. In your own time, roll onto one side. And then whenever you're ready, roll or push up to your seated position. Okay, so let's close off the practice. Arms relaxed. Inhale, reach up, sweeping up. Hands meeting. And then exhaling, bringing hands to chest. Okay, namaste, yogis.